Left Coast? What's up everyone, this is Austin at Left Coast Gaming. Yesterday, February 20th, Sony made their highly anticipated PlayStation 4 announcement during a 2-hour presentation. During the presentation, they talked about a bunch of the new features of the next-gen system, including an emphasis on social gaming, the ability to live stream directly from the console, a brand new controller, as well as showing off a few of the launch titles like Killzone and Drive Club. Pretty much everything but showing the console itself. The announcement was pretty intriguing, and if Sony can keep all their promises, it looks like the PS4 will be a gaming system with tons of potential. While I was watching the presentation, I had a few ideas that I believe would help make the PS4 really awesome. Now keep in mind, these are just my opinions, so feel free to disagree in the comments or on Twitter. Without further delay, here they are, my top 5 things to make the PlayStation 4 a total success. Number 5. One of the big announcements was Remote Play, which will give players the ability to play their PS4 games on their Vita handheld consoles. This sounds like a great idea, since we all know that dominating the television is not always possible. My immediate worry, however, was that Sony might require gamers to purchase a Vita copy of the game in order to use Remote Play, much like they did with MLB's The Show on PlayStation 3. They described Remote Play as a feature that turns the PS4 console into a server and the Vita into a client, which makes it sound like you won't have to buy a second copy. That is absolutely the right way to go, and might very well sell many more Vitas along with the PS4. Number 4. Sony also talked about enhancing their online store with features like game suggestions and free demos for all games. What the store could really benefit from is the ability to digitally buy and download all PS4 titles the day they are launched. Now this might be a request for the developers rather than Sony, but many games are released digitally weeks after their physical counterparts. The ability to buy and download games the minute they're launched would appeal to many gamers who don't like going to stores or maybe want to go green and not use any plastics. Either way, having that option would be a great idea for Sony to pursue and encourage. Number 3. During the announcements, Media Molecule showed a tech demonstration where the Move controller was used to make virtual sculptures. This demonstration was amazing and showed off the abilities of the console to be more than just a tool for games, but a tool for creativity. Sony should encourage developers to take advantage of these tools to create software that encourages creativity. This would go hand in hand with their vision of a social gaming network. As we all know from games like Minecraft, gamers love creating things and then showing them off to the world. Encouraging creative development would also make the PlayStation 4 something that could be used to educate kids and provide them an opportunity to try their hands at creative endeavors in the comfort of their own home. Number 2. While it's been said that the PlayStation 4 will not be backwards compatible in the way that we're familiar with, mentions were made of the possibility to eventually play all the old PlayStation games, even as far back as PS1, on the PlayStation 4. They didn't give many details on how this will be executed, but giving gamers the ability to replay all their old favorites is a must. This would not only show respect to the gamers who have been loyal to the PlayStation franchise for many years, but would also show that Sony respects its own legacy. And finally, number 1. A couple weeks back, there was a rumor that both the PS4 and the new Xbox will block the ability to play used games. Now, no mention of this was made during the announcement, but on behalf of poor gamers everywhere, I must plead with Sony, don't block used games. The second-hand gaming market is a positive thing for many people. Not only gamers who can't always afford to buy brand new games at launch, but also the employees of stores like GameStop who depend on used games to generate much of their revenue. On top of that, the ability for gamers to buy used is yet another way eco-conscientious gamers can stay green. The less plastic that needs to be used in making game cases and discs, the better. This point is by far my biggest hope for the next-gen consoles. I'm an avid used game buyer and will be absolutely devastated if I'm unable to continue to be one. Well, there you have it, my top 5 things to make the PS4 the best system ever. Do you agree or disagree with me? Let me know in the comments or on Twitter at LCG_Austin. Until next time, take care, gamers.